I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. I want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, men I learned this truth from. I want to say peace, mercy, and blessings to all the hopeful elect. The true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, which means he exists, that he is to be. The true name of the Son is Yahweh Shai, which means he is the deliverer. We are the Hebrew Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, Latins, Hispanics. We're those people that make up the lost 12 tribes of Israel, the self-proclaimed white man, Caucasians, Europeans, etc. They're Esau, Edom in the Bible. Idumea, according to Bible prophecy, Esau is the end of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Jacob's name was changed into Israel. And it's going to be a quick video. It's an article from ScienceAlert.com. It says a rare alignment of 7 planets is taking place in the sky this week. All right, and today is Monday morning, February 2024. And this Friday is February 28, 2025. Excuse me, February 24, 2025. And this Friday is February 28, 2025. A very rare treat is about to grace Earth's night skies. On the evening of February 28, 2025, all 7 of the other planets in the solar system will appear in the night sky at the same time. Saturn, Mercury, Neptune, Venus, Uranus, Jupiter, and Mars. So 7 is the number of completion, right, when you read the scriptures. And so this is definitely a sign in the heavens, all lining up in a neat row. A magnificent sky feast for the eyes, known as a great planetary alignment. All right, so this Friday is going to be a great planetary alignment, right? It's not uncommon for a few planets to be on the same side of the sun at the same time, but it's less common for most or even all of the planets to align like this. Any number of planets from 3 to 8 constitutes an alignment. 5 or 6 planets are similar and is known as a large alignment, with 5 planet alignments significantly more frequent than 6. 7 planet great alignments are, of course, the rarest of all. Right, and this is what is getting ready to happen this Friday. It's going to be a very rare 7 planet alignment. Okay. Okay, so with that, let's get some precepts. This one is from Luke 21 and verse 25. All right, and this is the Bible Hub that shows you the different, translations. NIV, there will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars on the earth. Nations will be in anguish and perplexity at the roaring and tossing of the sea. NLT. And there will be strange signs in the sun, moon, and stars. So that's going into your solar eclipse, right? Your blood moons and the stars. Rare planetary alignments, right? And here on Earth, the nations will be in turmoil, all right, perplexed by the roaring seas and strange tides. So on Earth, there's going to be all type of uproars, wars, rumors of wars, commotion, and distress. Those are signs of the times that we're in. All right, all of these things point to the end of Esau's kingdom, okay, and the second coming of the Son of Man, Yahweh Shai, which means he's delivers, and he's coming back to deliver his people, starting with the elect of the nation of Israel, right? It says there will be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars. This phrase indicates cosmic disturbances that are often associated with divine intervention or judgment. And we're right up, and the Passover is right here. Intervention or judgment, biblical literature in the Old Testament. Similar signs are mentioned in the prophetic books, such as Joel, all right, to give you the precept, where the sun is darkened and the moon turns to blood before the great and terrible day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. These celestial signs are symbolic of significant changes or events ordained by the Most High. In the context of Luke 21, they serve as precursors to the coming of the Son of Man, emphasizing the magnitude and divine nature of the events to come. And on earth, dismay among the nations. The mention of dismay among the nations highlights global impact of these signs. Historically, nations, right, because the scripture says in Jeremiah, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, but the heathen, heathen, stargazers, astronomers, they're dismayed at these signs. But we're not. We understand them. It says, nations often interpreted celestial phenomena as omens or messages from the divine, leading to fear and confusion. This phrase suggests a universal recognition of the extraordinary nature of these events, transcending cultural and geographical boundaries. The dismay is not limited to a single nation, but affects all, indicating the comprehensive scope of the prophecy, right? Bewildered by the roaring of the sea and the surging of the waves. The imagery of the sea and waves is often used in scripture to symbolize chaos and turmoil, and that's what's going to happen on earth. Okay, and in fact, we say this all the time. It says, what does order out of chaos mean? This Freemasonry quote, well, this is misinformation. It says, doesn't mean that order emerges out of chaos. It means that the situation will be engineered into chaos to achieve a certain objective, and then the situation will be engineered again into order, okay? For the unsuspecting masses, it will be as if chaos gives birth to order. But that's the agenda of the elites, the Freemasons. That's their belief. Their belief is that they're going to bring order throughout the chaos that will be going on down here on the earth that they're causing, all right? Such as mass layoffs, homelessness, people losing everything, economic collapse, people losing their 401k, people losing their retirement, people losing their savings. It's going to cause people to uproar. That's going to cause sedition among men, right? That's going to cause people to lose respect against their government. That's going to cause Egyptian to fight against Egyptian too, Right, so let's go back in Luke 21. And I'm going to get the whole chapter. This is Luke 21. And verse 7. And they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And he said, take heed that ye be not deceived. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and the time draweth near, go ye not after them, right? So there's many false prophets. There's many people who come, as if they're man of the Lord. Hell, you even have females trying to teach congregations as if the Lord sent them, It says, but, you got to know them by their fruit. What are they teaching? What type of people are in their congregation? In the midst of their congregation, there's a bunch of adultery. There's hypocrisy about keeping the law. But when you look at the members, a lot of the members have long hair. They have shape-ups. They're teaching you that the mark of the beast is sin is all its forms. It's okay to take, this man's jump shot, from 2020. It's okay to take the haragma because you got to eat. The name of the Lord is not important. You could call him whatever. That lets you know that those are false prophets, right? But when you shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. So every day we're hearing about wars and commotion. The hostages over there in Hamas, Israel, the controversy over Gaza and the Palestinians. We heard about racial tension in America, different white nationalist groups going at the Israelites, so-called Mexicans and Negroes, and all the tribes, really. But when you shall hear wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Verse 10, then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. So that's what we're witnessing. That's exactly what we're witnessing. Iran, Israel, then America, their allies, right? But then Russia is a major ally to Iran. So that's going to draw all these nations out, all right, to the Middle East, to the valley of Jehoshaphat, Jehoshaphat, right, which means Yahweh's judgment for World War III, right? And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. And there's earthquakes all the time. You can just, you might not always hear about one in the news, but you can type in USGS and it shows you all of the latest earthquakes. Okay. There's a 4.4 Indonesia, 2.7 Puerto Rico, 3.0 Hawaii, 2.8 Nebraska. All right, 5.2 Easter Island region, 4.5 Ethiopia, 4.9 Georgetown, Cayman Islands, 4.0 Puerto Rico. All right, 5.3 Ethiopia, 3.3 Puerto Rico. Okay, so you get the point. 27 earthquakes, man. All right, 27 earthquakes. Scriptures talks about the earthquakes, right? And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. And it's not just like, oh, they're centered here in America. No, they're all over the world. Japan, Puerto Rico, Ethiopia, Papua New Guinea, right? And famines, scarcity of food, pestilence. I just seen an article where Turkey is importing hundreds of thousands of eggs to the U.S. because over here they're under the BIRDFLU. So they got to take a lot of those birds out, and destroy a lot of those eggs because they can't sell them, which is causing the price of eggs to go up dramatically, all right? And pestilences, those are diseases, all right? This season, so-called flu season, was the worst one on record, man. When I think about 20 years, they said. Let's see if I can find it. Yep, as you can see here, worst flu season in more than a decade. And you remember going back to the whole 2020, you didn't hear about the flu. It was you didn't hear about the common cold, influenza, none of that. You either had the 19, if you sniffled the wrong way, you had the C word. You coughed, you breathed, people were looking at you funny. People were trying to hand you a mask. So you didn't hear about the word flu a couple of years back, but now they're saying it's the worst flu season in more than a decade. So that's pestilence. Then you couple that with the BIRDFLU, then they're saying it's now transmittable to rats. Humans are getting it, So we could be on the cusp of another major pandemic or pestilence, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famine, scarcity of food, lack of bread, lack of water, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall they be from heaven. So this is a great sign, a rare alignment of 7 planets. It's a great sign in the heavens. All right. And also we're going to have solar eclipses and blood moons this year. Right? This is from dailymail.co. It says, catastrophic volcano could soon erupt on the Pacific Northwest and kill tens of thousands in just 30 minutes, man. Okay, let me read that again. Catastrophic volcano could soon erupt on the Pacific Northwest and kill tens of thousands in just 30 minutes. And we know when you talk about the nuclear destruction on Babylon the Great, it says 1 hour. All right, the Most High could wipe this place out in like that. 30 minutes, that's not a long, that's a short amount of time. That's not even enough time for most people to evacuate. A lot of people won't if it was to erupt. It would be a lot of death, a lot of destruction, right? Experts say it is only a matter of time until Mount Rainier, one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the U.S., unleashes itself upon the Pacific Northwest. This huge Active stratovolcano looms over nearly 90,000 people live in cities such as Seattle, Tacoma, and Yakima in Washington, as well as Portland, Oregon. Even though Mount Rainier has not produced a significant eruption in more than 1,000 years, experts keep a very close eye on it due to its potential to blow at any time and the widespread destruction such an event would cause. Mount Rainier keeps me up at night because it poses a great threat to surrounding communities such as Jess Phoenix, a volcanologist and ambassador for the Union of Concerned Scientists, previously said during an appearance on CNN. When this volcano eventually blows, it won't be lava flows or choking clouds of ash that threaten surrounding cities, but lahars, violent, fast-moving mud flows that can tear across entire communities in a matter of minutes. Large lahars can crush or bury or carry away almost anything in its path. So that means houses, vehicles, whatever, buildings. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, Tacoma and South Seattle are built on 100-foot thick ancient mud flows from eruptions of Mount Rainier, Phoenix said. This is a strong indication that these populous cities lie within the path of potential lahars generated by a future eruption. Okay, so there's fears of a volcano eruption. This is Psalms 144 and verse 5. It says, "Bow thy heavens, O Yahweh Shem Shai, and come down, touch the mountains, and they shall smoke." Right, so the mountain of a volcano, of course we know when we read the scriptures, the mountain is going into the governments. So Yahweh's going to send Yahweh Shai back with the chariots, to from from the fourth dimension, because there's three levels of heaven. There's a heaven on earth, which is where man dwells, has a kingdom and rulership. And there's the heaven where the constellations are, such as the planets, the sun, the moon. Then there's the heaven where Yahweh Shai sits on the right hand, and the angels. Right, so the Lord's going to allow Yahweh Shai to come out of the heavens, come down with the chariots, all right, and start destroying shit. And says the slain of the Lord shall be many. But on another aspect, Most High could easy, send an angel to come down, touch this mountain, all right, and just like that, wipe out hundreds, thousands of people. A lot of people would be displaced. It'd be mass destruction. This is Micah chapter 1, verse 4. I'll start at 3. Matter of fact, I'll just start at 1. The word of Yahweh Shem El Shaddai came to Micah, the Amor or Shathite, in the days of Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah, which he saw concerning Samaria and Jerusalem. Hear, all ye people, hearken, O earth, and all that is therein, and let the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shaddai be witness against you, the Lord from his holy temple. For behold, the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shaddai cometh forth out of his place, and he will come down and tread upon the high places of the earth. And the mountains shall be molten under him, and the valleys shall be cleft as wax before the fire, and all the waters that poured down a steep place. Right, the ultimate destruction is going to come from the nuclear destruction, and the second coming of Yahweh Shai with the chariots, what the world will call UFOs. You got to think when the nuclear destruction hits, it says that the earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunkard. So that could cause different, volcano eruptions. That's going to cause a different chain of reactions on the earth. So this nuclear destruction, man, is going to be very, very terrible. You're talking about nuclear fire, just all manner of chaos and destruction you could think of, to the point where this place is not going to be inhabitable ever again. So I'll get one more precept in Isaiah, then I'll end it. I believe that's 13. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 19. In Babylon, the glory of the kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, meaning this. So that's showing you that this destruction is going to be by fire, right? It shall never be inhabited, neither shall be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. So it's going to get so bad, it's going to be uninhabitable. You're not going to be able to live here. You're not going to be able to set up businesses, have livestock, farm or land, nothing, right? But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and the owl shall dwell there, and sad tower shall dance there. So the Lord's going to give this place to certain special creatures. You know, you never know how that all the nuclear radiation is going to affect these creatures. So they might become huge as hell. Might become very ferocious, scary looking. You know, and the wild beasts of the island shall cry in the desolate houses, and the dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come. Her days shall not be prolonged. So with that, I just want to touch on a few things that's going to be, it's going to be happening, or could happen. I pray this has been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. To hopeful elect Shalom.